Hello RRA parents, this is your Meet the Teacher for this academic year, and I'm going to run through a little PowerPoint with some things that you might want to know about what's going to be happening in reception with your child. So I'm going to share my screen so we are able to all see the PowerPoint, and then we will go through it and hopefully we'll answer any questions that you might have about your child starting in reception this year. So from the beginning of reception, all we expect is the best. We think that your child should have the best start in life and that every child is unique, and that is a big value that we hold in early years, and our ethos is there on the screen for you to see, and hopefully all of the outcomes and the environment will lead to that. So a typical day in reception, when the doors open, the children come in, we have the register, and we often have a little activity for them to do in the morning. Then we'll go into Do Disco, where the children do a video and they move their hands around, and it makes their fingers strong to help with fine motor skills, ready to help them when they come to do writing. After that, we'll do our core learning, whether that's English or maths, and that will lead into some continuous activities where the children get to move around the classroom and choose which activities they want to complete that day. And there will often be a focus task with either myself or Mrs. McHugh. At about 10:15, we have fruit and milk before going out to play. Fruit is provided at school, but if you want to bring a different healthy snack, then that's absolutely fine as well. After playtime, they come in and we have our phonics sessions, and I will talk more about phonics a little bit later on. And after phonics, we'll get ready for dinner and go up to the dinner centre at about 11:30. When we come back, we will do a quick math skills session, and we will have our outdoor playtime as well on our amazing new playground. Then in the afternoon, we will carry on with our creative curriculum. We'll have lots of nice activities, probably carrying on from the morning sessions as well. And then towards the end of the day, we will have a story and a little home time routine before the children go home. Now, the behaviour policy is the same as it is across the rest of the school. So we have marbles in a jar. So when the children do positive things, whether it's being a good friend or making the right choices or working really hard, they get marbles in the jar. When the jar is full, then the children get a treat, and the children get to choose a treat. It might be that they go on the pirate ship, or they might have extra playtime, or they might have a little movie afternoon, things like that, and they can choose. And we work together as a team to fill that jar. On a Friday, we have a Star Learner Assembly, so a child will be given that who's shown exceptional work that week. And the children also have the chance to move their name up onto a remarkable day within the classroom. That's done for any individual positive work that we think is the children have actually shone and shown that they are pushing themselves towards being remarkable. And if you get 10 remarkable days, you earn a certificate. The other side of the behaviour chart is if the children are not making the right choices, they will be given verbal warnings. They may be required to sit on our thinking chair to reflect on their actions, and they may be asked to move their name down the consequence chart. In early years, we like to have the wow factor, and our main wow factor is our use of the Forest Schools area, which is just the other side of our fantastic new playground. We go into the forest area once a week, weather permitting. We try to go out in most weathers, and your children will need to come in weather appropriate clothing that will be getting muddy. So please don't send them in anything that you would be upset if it got ruined. We like to roll down the hills, we go bug hunting, we build dens, we do lots of things and explore that natural environment. And it's a great time and the children absolutely love it. Our Forest Schools Day will be held on the letter. I'm pretty sure it's a Thursday. And it will be on every week unless you hear otherwise. So the children will come in their Forest Schools clothes, and if they bring a pair of wellies that they can change into in the afternoon when we go into the forest area. As well as this, we have Secret Storyteller, where we ask parents to come in, but secretly, without telling their child, and then they are able to read their favourite story to them, and children absolutely love that. They see the little smiles on their faces when they see either mum or dad or nan or granddad or whoever coming in to read their favourite story. They really, really love that. So in early years, we focus on the prime areas of learning. That's communication, language, physical development, and personal, social, and emotional development. So without these prime areas, the children aren't going to be able to access the other areas of learning. So communication, language is, as it says on the tin, speaking, listening, understanding, using all of those vocabulary. Physical development is gross motor and fine motor skills. So gross motor is being able to walk, climb, hop, skip, jump, etc. And fine motor skills is being able to do things like write, cut with scissors, threading, anything that requires using those finer motor skills with your hands. Personal, social, emotional is being able to build relationships with their friends, being able to manage themselves, so being able to follow rules, instructions, being able to go to the toilet, feed themselves, all those sorts of things are in that area as well. So we've got some images there of some examples of children previously doing that. So working as a team, feeding themselves, being able to talk about things in front of their peers, being able to climb, all those sorts of things. As I mentioned earlier, we do dough disco in the morning. So we turn the lights out, the children have some Play-Doh, and we have a little boogie and a little bit of a dance to a song, and we do lots of different actions, whether it's pinching, squeezing, rolling, all of those things, building those muscles in the fingers to make our writing better, make our fine motor skills more developed. Children really love it, and it gets them ready for the morning. In each classroom, there is a vocabulary wall, and it is with all the words related to the learning that we're doing at the moment. It's in 3 different sections: words I don't know yet, words I now know, and words I am now using. So when the children become more familiar with the words and they're using them more frequently, they move along the vocabulary wall. These are changed quite regularly depending on what topic we're doing and how well the children are learning them, and the children are encouraged to take them on and off the wall to help them in their work. It might be that they need to copy them when they're writing, or they might want to show you a word that they're talking about that they're not sure of yet. So they are at a child appropriate height for them to take things off the wall and return them as well. So then we move on to the specific areas of learning, and those 4 are understanding the world, mathematics, literacy, and expressive arts and design. So literacy is your reading and your writing and your understanding. Maths is your number and shapes and numerical patterns. Understanding the world is lots of history, lots of science, learning about people, their cultures, their communities, and expressive arts and design is obviously art and music as well. So we do lots of lovely activities. So there's some examples here. We've got children planting. We learn about British celebrations such as Bonfire Night, St George's Day. We learn about other religious cultures, things like Chinese New Year, Diwali. We learn about space, dinosaurs, lots of number work, playing games outside, really just encouraging all those different areas and all the learning there through lots of fun activities so the children really get into those subjects. While we're doing this, we also use peer critique, where the children look at each other's work and give them feedback. So they need to be kind, specific, and helpful with their feedback. And this then allows the child to go back, do a second draft of their work, and hopefully make that work even better. The children get really good at giving each other advice, and there's some examples on the screen there previously where we had to design aliens, and then the children looked at how they could make their aliens even better. When it comes to reading, we follow the phonics scheme of read, write, ink. So each letter has a sound and a picture and a little rhyme to help them learn how to write it. And you'll often hear your children saying that as they're forming the letters. During our phonics sessions, the children are taught in groups, depending on which sounds that they already know and which sounds they need to learn next. Once they've started learning the letters and they've learned all of those, they move on to blending, which is where we go at mat, where we blend all of those sounds together into a word. Those are called green words, but words that we can sound out. We also learn red words, which are tricky words, and those that can't be blended, we just have to learn them. They all just have to be read, like the, or so, or go. We like to have lots of fun games in phonics. We like to play them. We have a daily session and they learn to read the sounds and write them. When it comes to reading, your child will have a reading book, a reading diary, a set of tricky words or high frequency words that they will see quite often in books, a letter sound keyring so you can see those letters. And on a Friday, they pick a library book that they have chosen and they can bring home to share with you. Please bring that in your book bag every day. Your reading book and diary and things, and then we will be able to see whether your child's been read with, and if a child has been read with and a comment has been left in the diary, we'll be able to change their books from there. Throughout the year we have different learning challenges. So in the autumn they're split into half-termly learning. So in the autumn term we do Who Am I? So all about our friends, family, body, learning all about humans. In Autumn 2, we do Why Do We Celebrate? We do lots of festivals, Bonfire Night, Diwali, Remembrance Day, Christmas, excuse me, and all those sorts of things. It's a nice little lead up to the Christmas. Then in the spring, we do What Is Cold. We learn about the polar regions, the animals you might find there, the weather that you might find in the cold. Then we move on to Where Are All the Wild Things? We do lots of classic stories such as The Gruffalo's Child, Stickman, and then we will lead into Easter before the Easter holidays. Then in the summer, we do a lot of child-initiated learning, so the children choose what they want to learn about. So last year we did dinosaurs and space and what they want to be when they grow up. Then as we move into the last part of the summer term, we see what changes can I see. So we look at lots of animals that change, for example, the hungry caterpillar and the bad-tempered ladybird, and sometimes we look into honeybees as well. Now, as we do our learning, we give the children the topics and then the children write down what they want to learn about those topics. So as you can see from the picture, there's lots of strips of paper. So the children plan what they want to find out about each topic. So during their work, we have a challenge approach on the challenge cards, and you can see they go from 1, 2 to 3-star challenges, 1 being the easiest, 3 being the hardest. The children can choose what sort of level they want to work at, and then that gives them the chance to really push themselves. You often hear children saying, oh, I'm going to give myself a real challenge today, I'm going to go for the 3-star challenge. Just gives that differentiation and allows the children to be more independent with their learning. When it comes to assessment, we've got lots of different types. When it comes to formative assessment, these are things that the local authority need. We do communication screening to see what communication level they're at and baseline reports. We have summative assessment, which will be done by the teachers, where they're reading and they're writing, and that's done on a half-termly basis. And then we also have statutory assessment and reporting. So by the end of the year, the baselines get submitted, and in June they get assessed at whether they've had a good level of development and they've reached that early learning goal. Our assessment that we do within class is used on an app called Evidence Me. So if you haven't got that from nursery already, then you will be sent home with a letter for you to sign up to, which means that school staff are able to upload some of the learning that the children do, show you what they've been able to do, and it allows us to see what next steps they need to do after that. And you're able to see that at home. And also, if you do any observations at home, if you see something that a child's done it's, that you really think that you would like to share with us, share it, and then we're able to see it as well. So it's really nice to see things that the children are doing at home as well, and it gives you all a chance to see what your child is doing at school. When it comes to home learning, your child will be given a homework book relatively soon, and their first piece of work is to decorate the front cover to make it really personal, and then tell us all about themselves. Put photos in, pictures, drawings, who's in your family, do you have any pets, what do you like to do you go on holiday, anything like that you can put in your homework book just to tell us a little bit more about you. Then each half term, a literacy, maths and learning challenge will be sent home for the children to complete. We understand that these are only 4 years old, excuse me, and that they want to have fun and practical learning to get them ready for when they move into year 1. Every day, please make sure that your child comes to school in a weather appropriate coat. If it's sunny, a sun hat. You might need a bag with some uniform to change into in case we have any accident. Excuse me, any accidents or if they fall over. Please name everything. You need a water bottle and their reading book and diary. We also have PE on a Tuesday where the children will come in their PE kit, and we will be able to please make sure that's weather appropriate, because then we are able to take them outside and they can complete their PE sessions. I hope this has covered any questions that you might have. If you still have any more, then just drop us an email or ask us at school. Thank you for watching. Bye.